What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. And this is a first-time client. I've never cut his hair before. This is his first time coming to me. He followed me on Instagram recently and booked an appointment to come get cleaned up. I tried to talk him out of it, mainly because I liked how his hair was growing and how it looked. It had like that wolf cut look, which is really in style right now. But he wanted to do something more drastic. It's Florida, it's hot. So he wanted to go for something shorter. Before anything, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram. His hair texture is very versatile because it's like wavy curly. So many hairstyles can be achieved with it. In his particular case, he's going for a middle part, so it's going to suit his head shape. So right now I saturated all the hair, and now I'm sectioning off the top part because I'm going to start with the sides and the back. It's really important when doing these type of haircuts to saturate the hair with water and section everything off properly. When doing haircuts in general, you always want to have a clean canvas. When you have a clean canvas, you're focused and you're organized, and your haircut 10 times out of 10 is going to come out exactly how you want it to. Now that I've separated the top and the sides, I can start to work on the back. So he's getting a middle part, so all the hair is going to basically flow towards the back. So now I'm just going to debulk all this hair, and we're going to end up tapering it as well. So I already cut off the bottom, and now to cut the rest of the back of the head, I divide it into 3 sections. And as you can see here, I'm going to use this middle section as my guide. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then I'm going to use that to be able to cut the rest of the back of the head. Once that middle section is cut, I go ahead and comb it over to the other side, and I use that as a guide to know how much to cut off. I'm making sure not to cut too much off, because I want everything to flow nicely towards the back and blend into the taper that I'll do later. Now this cut is particularly easy to do, especially for this client, because his hair already naturally parts in the middle, and I was able to tell that when he first came in. And I actually had a really good conversation with this client. He actually used to be involved with the barber industry, and he mentioned to me that it's kind of crazy how a lot of barbers don't really use shears or know how to use scissors to do these particular cuts. And it's one of the main reasons why he booked an appointment with me, because he saw that I did a lot of scissor work. With that being said, it's important to know, especially as a barber, how to do these certain type of cuts. It's not always all about the fades. Now that I finished with the sides, I'm going to go ahead and cut the top, and the same concept that I did in the back, I'm going to divide the top into 3 sections. And once that middle section is cut, I'll use it as a guide to cut the rest. Now to trim that middle part, I take a small section off from the front and I pull it forward and trim the right amount, just the right amount for it to have enough flow to comb backwards. Now that I finished all the scissor work, I can start fading. So I went ahead and started with my 3 guard, and I started debulking all that neck area. Once that's all cleaned up, I start to fade, and I want to make sure that I'm not bringing the fade too high. In most cases, especially these haircuts, you want the fade to transition or blend in properly into the darkness. Now I'm going to section this top part off because I'll be fading in this area, and I don't want to cut more than I need to. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my clipper over comb and just debulking all that excess hair. When doing clipper over comb, make sure to hold the comb at a 45-degree angle and just cut the excess hairs that stick out. A low taper is the best option when doing this haircut. It's going to blend in nicely and transition into that darkness or the longer part of the hair. To avoid any pushbacks, this is how I line up a C-cup. I start at point A, and then I use point B to connect them using the corner of the trimmer. Now I'm adding a matte clay product into his hair to be able to style it. I'm making sure that it reaches the root of his hair and all the product is spread out evenly. And the end goal for this haircut was that it was going to be a middle part, but I didn't want it to be too professional, too fancy. I wanted it to look choppy and texturized as well. And then aside from the matte clay product, I added some texturizing powder just for extra firm hold. And now is when you'll start to see that choppy look. It's obviously middle parted, but it doesn't look so nicely groomed. It's just more of a messy look. And this is how he looked when he came in, and now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be posting more videos like this, so make sure to subscribe for more.